So what's going on?
Got up and it clicked on the oil temp.
It's hot. Hang on, to grab that.
Yeah, that's why I got paper towel.
Oil's hot. Ow, that was not smart. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. If it's your first time, thanks for clicking on the video. Hope you enjoy it. Back in the saddle today, but it's not corn, because remember, we finished that. So instead of that, we are running the last of the beans. And we're running until we're empty again, just like we were on corn. We're cleaning out, we've got enough contract that it's just a matter of wait until the bin quits running. That's not highway, I don't want that. Gotta love this new pump. Probably twice as fast as anything else we've ever had. But since I'm already hauling and this lovely truck has like a 75-gallon tank and we've been getting 3 trips a day, that's pushing 130 miles plus a round trip, I can't comfortably get 3 trips, so I'm having to refill in the middle of the day. I've made 1 this morning already, and I knew I wouldn't make 3, so I figured why not go ahead and fill now, and I won't have to worry about it this afternoon. Grandma's is the closest fuel tank to Jitville, so that's where I'm at. Give you guys a little update. That barn foundation's gone. The one that our propane tank in is gone. And all the ones that were out there on the other side of the shed are completely gone. The only thing we got to worry about here now is getting a little topsoil hauled in at some point and getting things leveled out and reseeded. This one, especially by the house, is going to look really good being all cleaned up. Right at 50 on the dot. And if anybody's doing that math, no, it wasn't 50 gallons for 1 trip. I didn't worry about filling last night, knowing that I would have to fill this morning. Well, I was in the lead this morning, but looks like Dustin's overtaken me since I had to get fuel. That's alright, he's kind of in the same boat as I am, so his fuel tank's not much bigger. It actually might be a little smaller. So he's gonna have to get fuel at some point and I'll be able to pass him. Be like, Jared, is it a race? Is it a competition? Everything's a competition. There's always a winner and a loser, even if you don't think you're playing. But that's alright, he's over halfway full already. So as you can tell, we do beans a little different. We can load our bean bin through the main leg, but when it comes to loading out, we use this little vertical. It takes a little longer, obviously, than using the main leg. However, it ensures that we don't contaminate the corn side of loadout with any beans, because if you have a few kernels of corn in your beans when you go to the elevator, no big deal. Nobody really cares. You get some beans in your corn load, elevators do not like that. So it's a lot more important that we keep the corn clean than the extra 5 to 7 minutes it takes to load out doing it this way. Just another way we kind of try to foolproof it for truck drivers. I'm gonna come over here and talk because that is quite loud. I don't know if it is for you, but that's a loud auger. I'm in the older drag trailer right now, steel trailer, because we got all 3 trucks running today. Not Dad. Kyle is actually running by himself for the first time today. I think I rode with him yesterday. He rode with me on the first load, and then I just kind of rode with him on the last 2, answered any questions he had while he was running, let him do it on his own, and he actually did really well. So we decided today that we would try to let Dad accomplish some other things and see how Kyle does on his own. He's still behind me, but he should pull in before I get this truck loaded. So we'll help him load once I'm done, and we'll kind of see what his thoughts are on the first loaner trip. Nothing like starting him out on the furthest elevator that we haul to. But hey, better that than when we're pushing hard in harvest. Look at that. Not even done loading yet, and look who showed up. He's not gonna have to wait on me long, and I'm not gonna have to wait on him at all. It's loud over there.
I know.
How'd your first trip go?
Good, I have to pee really bad.
I feel like every trip, you get to Frankfurt, you gotta pee.
Yeah.
You get here, you gotta pee. It doesn't matter. Good, no issues, no?
No.
Trucker? Oh wait, you're not grinding gears. No
Not
gears.
this time.
No gears for you.
Settle.
Pulled forward too far. Makes a mess when you put it right on the bow.
That's profit.
I know, all those beans I just spilled. Not really. All right, I'll get out of your way and I'll help you load.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Say, actually, yeah, your trailer's gonna be too close if you try to cut it. But actually, if you, I think,
I'm good here, but if I swing out
But it-
left.
yes, you're gonna cut into. So actually,
Right.
if you just straighten up with your back up a little bit, straighten up with your trailer, the angle to the spout really doesn't matter as long as you're centered and then
Okay.
pull straight. So just back up enough, hit the spout straight, and it'll be fine. It doesn't really matter. Might not want to start with that closed. I've done that before. That's straddling the bows with a shovel, getting it off the tarp. It sucks. Perfect. Yep. Back on up. Okay. That's good. You're close enough. As you can tell, he's just now in the back hopper, and we've pulled out about 9 to 10,000 at this point, I think. Let's make sure our bin level's still good. I need to do more cardio. Tall bins are nice until you have to climb them. Does it look like a big black hole? You can see right there. That's where we had issues last year. Out of nowhere, beans just started sticking to the walls. And we still, just like the hot corn issue, still haven't figured a definite cause for that problem. And obviously we haven't had that issue this year. Fingers crossed so far, because we're not done yet. But right now it's looking pretty good. Everything's flowing really nice. I think we'll easily get through today without running dry. All right, that makes truck number 3 loaded. If only we didn't have another 3-hour round trip. Plus unload. And who knows what the line is. All right, good to go? Let's hit it. Well, you know what I said about all the grain running smoothly? I may have jinxed us. Grain's still running smoothly, but Kyle's truck seems to be having issues. So I turned around real quick. Kyle didn't hardly get out of Jitville. So let's go see what that's all about. No, I think. Is it really high? The oil level? Because if you're getting water in the oil, then it should. That does not look good. No, it's like green. I don't know if you guys can tell that, but that's not the way oil is supposed to look. That's water. See that? Fire it up. Watch this. Well, if anybody knows anything about diesels or motors in general, that is not a good sign. Well, that was the final straw. We'd had some earlier signs of possible blown head gasket. She's been smoking. I noticed yesterday she was smoking a little more than normal. Disregard that leak. That was a different issue, but had to add a significant amount of coolant to it this morning. Another telltale sign. And then the final one was cloudy oil and compression where you don't want compression. So right now I'm headed back to Frankfurt with my load. Kyle is going to get a ride from Mom. And once I get back with my load, we're going to drop this truck off the trailer. I'm going to swap, and I'm going to go ahead and get that truck up today too, since it's now full. But we've had some pretty good days without any breakdowns. It's inevitable. This is just going to be a costly one. And a very untimely one. So, I'm going to hit the road, and it's a pretty good time to leave you with the camera. Let you continue this whole fiasco.
Just, going home, drive up to Dad and trade him out.
Yep, Dad's up north on the chisel, and you guys will see all that. I think Kyle's going to take over for Dad, and Dad's going to do some more phone calls on what we need to do with this.
My ride's here. It's going to take me back to the house, and I'll probably take this truck and go swap out Dad. Truck again.
So you get to chisel?
Yep. Another job sitting in a tractor for hours.
Yeah.
Sit and drive, right?
Yeah, sometimes that's nice and peaceful.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I was looking forward to a day of just driving.
Yeah, I think Dad was too.
Out at the field. Made myself a quick little lunch. Go get my crash course on chiseling. At least it's nice out. It's not 150 degrees. Get a little footage of me chiseling and show you the progress Dad has made here. He's got most of this side, but luckily I've got plenty to keep me busy. So stay tuned. That would be my ride. Slowly but surely. Everybody wave bye to Dad. He's off to greener pastures. No, he's got some phone calls to make and stuff, so I'm going to take over for him, and that's my view for the next day and a half or so. Get this figured out.
So Kyle just took over for me. I was working wheat stubble, where we did all the tile work. Last summer's job, tiling job on wheat, we didn't really work it, and we put a pretty heavy cover crop on it of oats and radish. And actually that was one of the first videos I think Jared did, was trying to get that stuff worked up. It was so much residue, like to never got it to dry out, and just so I decided we aren't going to do that again this year. I think we're just going to chisel it, leave quite a bit of wheat residue on top, and we're just going to let it sit all winter. Don't typically like to do that, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, I think as Jared alluded, we've got truck problems. It looks like we lost an engine in our 09 International. Talked to the service manager at the dealership. Doesn't sound, there's no good ending to the story. He's either thinking crack sleeve, pretty much an engine rebuild. And on that particular Caterpillar engine, he doesn't recommend it. He says you're probably looking at 20 grand to do it right. So I think we're probably better off putting that money towards a newer truck. It is what it is, whether you like it or not. So you deal with it, and definitely not the truck I wanted to go down. If we had to have one go down. Went to the truck dealer that we work with. They obviously, this time of year, getting into harvest, they don't have a lot of trucks to choose from, and nothing that Jared or I were really interested in. So I think we're just going to try to get through running the 3 trucks this fall. We're going to pull the white one and off the detach, pick up this trailer that's on the red truck, and just run those 3 trucks for the time being.
Well, to say quite a lot has happened in that last load is an understatement. Pretty sure the news on this was a lot worse than any of us were expecting. I mean, I was expecting engine work, but gee, many, I was not expecting them to say, might as well scrap the whole truck. Literally, and this is a total guess, but say the truck was worth $25,000. Literally, truck goes from worth $25,000 to hardly more than its weight in scrap. But the show must go on, as they say. So I'm going to, which air is still on. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this truck unhooked, because I'm not worried about running it anymore. I'm not gonna hurt it any worse. But Dad is on his way over. Now, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, because one, the 2 silver linings are, one, we're lucky this happened now and not in the dead of harvest, when we would have been really screwed or frantic. And 2, the simple fact that we do have a 4th truck that we have the option to switch to. A lot of people don't even have that, so I'm thankful for that. Dad had a good idea. Trailer's still loaded, so we're gonna move it. We're gonna drop it on the gravel instead of in the grass. It's like almost green.
Not milky.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not milky. It's like silvery. Like it's got metal shavings in it.
Oh no.
I still think it's worth running it to Allen's at least just to have him look at it. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Always makes us extremely nervous dropping one of these loaded. I mean, I'm assuming the jacks are made for that, but it doesn't mean we like it. We never do it more than we absolutely have to. And I would say this scenario is one of those times we absolutely have to. Yep. All right, now you're good. Yep. Yep. Well, she's officially switched over, and the only unfortunate part about that truck is it is back to a manual instead of the automatic, which none of us care about except for Kyle at the moment. He's capable on a manual, but he's not comfortable on a manual yet. So I think tomorrow we're just going to leave him up north on that chisel, 12 foot at a time on an 85 acre field. He won't finish that today. So probably just let him work on that tomorrow. Dad, Dustin, and I will continue hauling. And hopefully it goes smoothly. But I got more of a life lesson for you guys today rather than a random fact. As we saw from our Red International, you guys got to live every day to its fullest because you never know which one's going to be your last. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, see you in the next one.